It's official. Toyota has finally pulled the covers off the all-new 2026 Mini Land Cruiser. And let's just say, this thing is a game changer. During a recent press event that caught the entire automotive world off guard, the Toyota CEO didn't just tease us, he delivered. The Mini Land Cruiser is real, it's rugged, and it's ready to bring back that old-school off-road DNA in a smaller, more affordable package. Imagine the legendary Land Cruiser heritage, condensed into a compact, go-anywhere SUV that's tailor-made for the next generation of adventure seekers. This isn't some watered-down crossover pretending to be tough. This is the real deal. We're talking boxy, muscular design cues straight out of the Land Cruiser 70 Series playbook, bold grille, squared-off fenders, and a high ground clearance that screams capability. It looks like it was born on a trail, not in a city showroom. And the size? Perfect. Just under 4.5 meters long, it's compact enough for urban driving, but built on a ladder frame chassis that means it won't flinch at rough terrain. This mini cruiser doesn't just walk the walk, it climbs, crawls, and conquers. Under the hood, Toyota is keeping it smart. Depending on the market, it'll offer a 2.8-liter turbo diesel, a hybrid 2.4-liter gasoline, and even a full EV version rumored to be in the works for release in 2027. That's right, Toyota is planning to take the Land Cruiser into the electric future without compromising its legacy. You'll get up to 325 lb-ft of torque in the hybrid trim, paired with a rugged all-wheel drive system and locking differentials. It's like the spiritual successor to the FJ Cruiser, but sleeker, smarter, and built for this new era of efficient exploration. Inside, Toyota kept it honest. Durable materials, rubberized floors, grab handles everywhere, and analog dials that make you feel like you're piloting a real off-roader, not a luxury pod. But don't be fooled, it still has all the essentials. A floating touchscreen with off-road telemetry, wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, hill descent control, and Toyota's latest safety sense suite. It's rough and ready, but not primitive. Every inch of this thing says, let's go somewhere no one else dares. And the best part? Toyota is targeting a starting price under $30,000. You heard that right. A legit, body-on-frame Land Cruiser with modern tech, real capability, and a retro design for under 30 grand. That's unheard of in today's SUV market, where everything is either bloated with luxury features or completely stripped of purpose. Toyota is striking that perfect middle ground. This is the vehicle overlanders, off-roaders, and weekend warriors have been begging for. And it's not just enthusiasts who are excited. Analysts are already calling the Mini Land Cruiser a potential category disruptor. With vehicles like the Ford Bronco Sport and Jeep Renegade trying to claim off-road credibility with unibody construction, Toyota just dropped a nuclear bomb on the segment with the real thing. Rugged, reliable, and now ridiculously affordable. But Toyota didn't stop there. They announced a suite of adventure-ready accessories that will launch alongside the Mini Land Cruiser. Think roof racks, lift kits, steel bumpers, snorkels, and even factory-backed tent systems. They're going full send on making this a lifestyle vehicle, not just another compact SUV clogging suburban driveways. And if the leaked photos from the testing grounds in Australia are anything to go by, this thing is already being pushed to its limits. Dusty trails, river crossings, rocky climbs, it's handling all of it like a scaled-down Land Cruiser should. Toyota is reportedly planning to introduce region-specific variants of the Mini Land Cruiser, tailored for different off-road environments across the globe. For example, a desert-tuned model with upgraded cooling systems and sand-ready tires for the Middle East. Or a jungle-spec version with reinforced underbody armor and water-fording capabilities for Southeast Asia and South America. This isn't just global distribution. It's localized domination. Toyota is going after every terrain, every market, and every rival in the compact off-road space. And let's talk numbers. Toyota is aiming to produce over 100,000 units annually, with initial rollout focused on emerging markets, followed quickly by launches in North America, Australia, and Europe. They know the demand is there. Social media has already exploded with interest, and off-road communities are buzzing. The waiting lists are expected to grow fast, especially once dealerships start taking pre-orders later this year. Toyota has clearly learned from past supply issues. They're ramping up production from day one to meet the surge in demand they know is coming. Meanwhile, the design team behind the Mini Land Cruiser made one thing clear during the reveal. This isn't just a retro cash grab. This is a deliberate return to Toyota's roots. The company's leadership emphasized that the new Mini LC is part of a broader mission to rekindle the spirit of exploration and re-establish Toyota as the king of affordable off-roaders. They're reviving the toughness, the simplicity, the soul of what made the original Land Cruisers legendary. It's emotional, it's strategic, and it's deadly serious. Even the badge on the front isn't a standard Toyota logo. It's that iconic Toyota word mark across the grille, just like the old 40 series. It's a small detail, but it tells you everything you need to know. This is Toyota's heritage, reborn. And it's built to inspire a whole new generation of drivers who don't just want to get from A to B. They want to get there through the mud, the mountains, and the unknown. What's also wild is how Toyota's positioning this against the electric wave. While other automakers are going full EV across their lineups, Toyota is hedging with a balanced approach. The Mini Land Cruiser will be available in gas, hybrid, and eventually EV powertrains, but each version will share the same uncompromising off-road DNA. That means it's not just about emissions, it's about capability, reliability, and choice. Toyota knows that not every adventurer has access to chargers in the middle of nowhere, so they're giving buyers the tools they actually need instead of forcing a future that doesn't fit every environment. And let's not ignore what this means for Toyota's SUV lineup as a whole. With the introduction of the Mini Land Cruiser, we're seeing a clear restructuring. The RAV4 becomes the urban commuter. The 4Runner remains the rugged midsize option. The full-size Land Cruiser is for the serious overlanders with deep pockets. And now the Mini Land Cruiser fills that sweet spot. Compact, affordable, and authentic. It's a direct answer to years of consumer demands. Toyota is throwing down the gauntlet in a way that's going to make rivals seriously uncomfortable. Jeep, Ford, even Suzuki, they're all on notice. The Mini Land Cruiser undercuts the Bronco Sport in price, outclasses the Renegade in capability, and offers more global versatility than the Jimny. It's not just one competitor Toyota is targeting, it's all of them. And they're doing it with a nameplate that carries legendary off-road credibility, which none of those others can match in both history and real-world reputation. Toyota is also planning to back this launch with a massive global marketing campaign centered around the message, Return to Real. That tagline isn't just clever branding, it's a mission statement. They're pushing back against the overstyled, underperforming crossovers that have flooded the market. This Mini Land Cruiser isn't trying to be flashy. It's trying to be functional. And that alone is going to resonate deeply with people who've grown tired of pretending their SUV can handle anything more challenging than a pothole. And while most automakers are cutting costs by sharing platforms with sedans or soft-roaders, Toyota has done the opposite. This Mini LC is built on a shortened version of the TNGF platform, the same architecture used for the new Land Cruiser 300 and the Tacoma. That means it's structurally tough, rigid, and engineered from the ground up to handle real abuse. Toyota is planning a global expedition series to showcase the Mini Land Cruiser's capabilities in real-world, extreme environments. We're talking deserts in Namibia, the frozen tundra of Alaska, dense jungles in Indonesia, and rocky trails in the Australian outback. These aren't carefully staged press events. They're raw, unfiltered showcases of what the Mini LC can actually endure. Each leg of the expedition will be documented, streamed, and tied into Toyota's new adventure branding campaign, turning the Mini Land Cruiser into a literal world explorer. And this isn't just hype for hype's sake. Toyota engineers have already confirmed that the Mini Land Cruiser underwent extensive durability testing using the same protocols applied to the Hilux and full-size Land Cruiser. That means 1,000+ hour torture sessions in climate chambers, frame twist tests, rollover recovery simulations, and weeks of back-to-back desert abuse. Toyota wants this thing to earn the badge, not wear it as decoration. Every component, from the chassis bolts to the suspension bushings, is built with longevity and abuse in mind. But even with all this off-road focus, Toyota hasn't lost sight of modern expectations. They've built in full over-the-air update capabilities, meaning your Mini LC will get smarter, safer, and more customizable as time goes on. Optional terrain modes will be downloadable post-purchase, and Toyota is even hinting at a subscription-free mapping system that works offline, perfect for when you're hundreds of miles away from a cell tower. This blend of analog toughness and digital smarts is something no other brand has nailed yet. And then there's the design language. A perfect mix of modern utility and nostalgic cool. Round LED headlights, a chunky flat hood, rear-mounted spare tire, and an upright stance that makes it look like it could leap off the screen in an old adventure movie. It's instantly recognizable, and that's by design. The Mini Land Cruiser doesn't look like a compromise. It looks like confidence on four wheels. Whether you're parking it outside a trailhead or in front of a coffee shop, it stands out as something different, something with purpose. And perhaps most impressively, Toyota has managed to do all of this without compromising affordability. Base models will start under $30,000, but Toyota has also announced multiple trim levels, ranging from stripped-down adventure builds to fully loaded tech-pack versions with leather, panoramic roofs, and advanced trail cameras. That flexibility is key. You want a back-to-basics 4x4 with crank windows? They've got it. You want a more refined daily driver that can still hit the trails on weekends? It's in the lineup. But the real wild card? Toyota hinted at a two-door short wheelbase version in development. This would be the ultimate nod to the iconic FJ40 lineage, a tiny trail weapon, ultra-maneuverable, ultra-capable, and built for pure off-road fun. If that model becomes reality, Toyota won't just own the compact 4x4 segment. They'll define it. Is the emotional punch Toyota delivers with this release. The Mini Land Cruiser doesn't just check boxes, it reignites a feeling. It reminds people of a time when SUVs weren't just status symbols, but tools, machines built for adventure, for work, for exploration. This isn't just another model in a showroom. It's a movement. Toyota is betting big on nostalgia, function, and freedom at a moment when most automakers are still chasing touchscreens, fake vents, and monthly subscriptions. And let's talk global appeal. In Africa, where terrain can destroy crossovers in minutes, the Mini LC is going to be a revelation. In Australia, it's already being hailed as the rebirth of the compact bushbasher. In North America, it's a long overdue answer for buyers who wanted an FJ Cruiser successor without a $60,000 price tag. And in places like South America and parts of Europe, where taxes and fuel costs punish big vehicles, this rugged, compact Land Cruiser is set to carve out a loyal following almost instantly. Fleet buyers are also taking notice. Aid organizations, remote contractors, and outdoor tour companies see this as the perfect base vehicle. Lightweight, durable, and easier to maintain than bigger SUVs, it fits into operations that need real 4x4S without the bulk and cost of full-size rigs. And because Toyota is offering global powertrain flexibility, including diesel where it matters, it's poised to become the new go-to for those who need reliable transportation in the harshest conditions on Earth. Even the timing couldn't be better. The SUV market is bloated with sameness. People are tired of fake off-road trims slapped onto soft-roaders. They want substance, not branding. And just as this frustration reaches a boiling point, Toyota steps in and says, "Here, we listened." That's why this launch is bigger than just a car. It's a cultural shift, a rejection of SUV gimmicks, and a return to honest utility. And don't overlook what this means for Toyota's brand perception. For years, critics said Toyota had lost its edge, becoming too conservative, too slow to act. But the Mini Land Cruiser proves they've been listening, watching, and preparing something deliberate. Something that's not chasing trends, but resetting them. With this one model, Toyota just reminded the world that it still knows how to build legends. And the hype doesn't stop at the vehicle itself. Toyota also revealed plans to launch a companion app and online community exclusively for Mini Land Cruiser owners, sharing trail maps, camping guides, how-to videos for off-roading, and even live challenges and events. This is more than marketing. It's a direct investment in cultivating a tribe. Toyota doesn't just want to sell you a Mini LC. They want to make you feel like you're part of something bigger, something that drives outside the lines. And if that wasn't enough, on top of that, Toyota confirmed that the Mini Land Cruiser will support manual transmission in select trims, especially in regions like Africa, Australia, and Southeast Asia, where stick shifts are still valued for control and reliability. That move alone will win over thousands of purists who have felt completely ignored by the rest of the industry. In a world where everything is going automated, Toyota is keeping one foot in the analog world for the people who still care about the driving experience. Then there's the modular design. Toyota hinted that certain panels, like the fender flares, bumpers, and even doors, are designed to be easily swappable or upgradable. This opens the door for a full-blown ecosystem of aftermarket parts and Toyota-approved add-ons. Overlanding kits, bush guards, winch systems, you name it. It's like Toyota is preloading the entire build culture into the DNA of this thing from day one, giving every owner a blank canvas to customize based on their adventures. And while this is clearly an enthusiast dream, Toyota is also making sure the Mini Land Cruiser stays practical for everyday life. Despite its off-road bones, it still delivers decent on-road comfort, competitive fuel economy in hybrid form, and a suite of convenience features like keyless entry, dual-zone climate, and even optional wireless charging. They're not sacrificing livability for capability. They're balancing both, and that's rare in today's market. But what really seals the deal here? Because this caught them completely off guard. Most brands have been focused on electrification, touchscreen gimmicks, and bloated crossover variants. But Toyota just reminded the industry what real 4x4 DNA looks like. Now, companies like Ford, Jeep, even Hyundai, with its Ioniq lineup, are scrambling behind the scenes, trying to fast-track their own authentic off-roader projects. But the truth is, Toyota beat them to the punch, with a product that's already production-ready, already tested, and already backed by one of the most trusted reliability records in automotive history. The Mini Land Cruiser is not a trend chaser. It's a category creator. Just like the original Land Cruiser once defined overland adventure for decades, this modern iteration is about to redefine what the entry-level off-roader should be. Toyota is not just filling a gap in the market. They're building a new segment altogether, one where function matters more than flash, where durability comes before digital distractions, and where capability isn't just a number on a brochure, it's a lifestyle you live. And let's not forget the resale value impact. Land Cruisers have long held their value like few vehicles on Earth. From Australia to Africa to the US, used Land Cruisers often sell for more than many brand-new SUVs. If this Mini Land Cruiser follows the same path, and there's no reason to think it won't, it could become one of the smartest automotive investments you can make. Imagine driving it for 5 years, then flipping it for nearly the same price. That's not just value, that's legacy. Also, dealerships are already bracing themselves. Reports are surfacing that allocations will be tight for the first year, with some regions receiving fewer than 500 units in the first batch. That means if you want one, you better move fast. Pre-orders are expected to go live in several markets before the end of the year, and with the hype Toyota has already generated, expect lines, wait lists, and bidding wars. This could easily be one of the most anticipated and hardest-to-get vehicles of 2026. And while the media is buzzing, Toyota made it clear, this is just the beginning. The Mini Land Cruiser is part of a long-term, multi-model strategy to bring genuine adventure back to the Toyota lineup. That includes possible spin-offs like a Land Cruiser pickup, new compact hybrids with off-road credentials, and more rugged variants of existing models like the Corolla Cross and RAV4. This isn't a one-hit wonder. It's a pivot, a new era of utility-first design. Toyota is out here building machines that people actually want to drive, machines that do things, not just suggest them with marketing fluff. The 2026 Mini Land Cruiser is a clear signal that Toyota is putting its roots back in the dirt, literally. While everyone else is racing to plug in, Toyota is digging deep into what made its name legendary in the first place: durability, dependability, and real-world adventure. And this shift is already waking up the sleeping giants in the auto world. Insiders are reporting that Jeep is now accelerating a next-gen update to the Renegade, with rumors of a tougher, more capable version to go head-to-head with the Mini LC. Even Ford is said to be exploring a baby Bronco with legit off-road hardware, not just cosmetic cladding. But here's the problem for them. Toyota is not bluffing. They've got the history, the engineering, the production power, and now the momentum. What's more, Toyota didn't just show off a concept or tease a CGI render. The Mini Land Cruiser is real. It's physical. It's been tested in brutal conditions, and it's heading to showrooms worldwide. That level of execution and confidence is something no amount of marketing from competitors can match. It's not vaporware. It's a vehicle, and it's ready to become the next icon. On the enthusiast side, aftermarket builders are already licking their chops. Expect a flood of YouTube builds,